this probably won't work, but I'm going to try Windows 11 or Tiny 11 on this little eeePC. This is an Intel ATOM N570 based system, which is a 64-bit processor, and I've downloaded the Tiny 11 ISO file, and I'm trying to boot from it now using a Ventoy USB, but I might need to change things. This has only got 2 GB of RAM. I might need to put a 4 GB stick in there, or I might need to use Rufus to disable some of the requirements, but I'm going to see what happens and take it from there. There's also a problem with this laptop in that it overheats because the fan doesn't kick in enough, so I need to kind of watch that. Maybe I'll lift it off the table a little bit so it's got some more airflow. It's doing the spinny thing. Not sure what's happening now. We've got setup is starting. I mean, it might just tell me that it's not going to work. Might just tell us our system isn't compatible. It's definitely very slow. I did see an eBay listing for a laptop with an AMD V105 processor running Windows 11, and that is possibly one of the slowest CPUs I've ever seen. So there are people out there on eBay selling laptops with Windows 11 with slower processors than this. According to CPU Benchmark, this processor here is quicker than an AMD V105. But then again, AMD have been doing 64-bit for longer. Okay, we've got this set up. Just going to go for the defaults because the longer it takes me to get through this, the more potential there is for it to crash. So I'll plug in a mouse. Maybe it's crashed already. Oh, I think there is a kind of keyboard or mouse problem with this, because it seems to think that something's happening all of the time. Okay. So, oh, we've got a spare set of space on this drive. That's really useful. That should mean I'm able to leave Windows 7 on here and also have Windows 11. Assuming this works, of course. I don't know if this is going to work. The ISO file is around 1 GB, so much less than a normal Windows install. So that should help because it should be quicker, have less to install. And I've got this small little Microsoft mouse. What's it called? Microsoft Compact Optical Mouse 500 to go with this little laptop. When you order one of these mice online thinking you're going to get a normal sized mouse and this turns up, it's quite funny. I've been laughing about this for years now. I don't know why. Just makes me laugh. So we're at 24% getting files ready for installation. I don't know if this is going to work. Obviously, at any point this laptop could decide it's overheating and give up. So maybe I'm going to try and find a fan that I can connect up. Sort of blow in its general direction. Still going, we're at 86%. %, is still going, luckily. Okay, making some progress. Installing updates. Hopefully there's not very many. I have installed Windows 11 on an HP stream with 2 GB of RAM. Previously, have a look at my previous videos. So in theory, it is possible to get Windows 11 up and running on a machine with 2 GB of RAM. And that was using Windows 11 Lite. Okay, so we're rebooting. Or was it Windows 11 IoT LTSC Enterprise Edition? Whereas this is Tiny 11. And we can select Windows 11. And this is booting from a hard drive. There's a 320 GB hard drive in here. Half of it is Windows 7, half of it is now Windows 11, assuming this works. Still going. Getting devices ready. Starting services. Getting devices ready again. This has got a dead battery. The battery in this is completely non-functioning. This is an eePC Seashell series. And the model number is the 1015p, 10.1 inch screen, Intel ATOM. And I bought it from eBay for around £5, and they listed it as untested as they didn't have a power adapter for it. It's currently using about 18 watts at the wall. You can see the little hard drive light lighting up down here. I should have probably started a stopwatch or something to see how long this takes. Oh, something is happening. It is restarted. Hopefully that was meant to happen. We've got the spinning dots. We've got the biggest spinning dots. We've got the just a moment screen. We've still got the just a moment screen. Many minutes have passed and it's still the same screen, but the disk is active. It's been about 15 minutes. We've still got disk activity. We've still got the spinning thing. I'm hoping it's still gonna work. It's been about an hour this moment. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. This little hard drive light is flashing. Maybe I switch it off, switch it back on again, see if it works. Maybe I'll leave it a little bit longer. I'm going to switch this off and try again. Got a little thing, pen, pen holding it up off the desk. I'm going to give it a little break to cool down. There was one point when the fan started, and then it stopped. I think it's probably overheating at the moment. It gets pretty hot. So I'll give it a break and try again in a few minutes. I'm going to switch it on again. Let's see what happens this time. Windows 11. We've got the small dots. We've got just a moment again. It did something. It's very slowly making the screen brighter. I don't know if this is just completely crashed or if it's actually doing something. It's using 21 watts from the wall. Oh, there's something there. What is that? Oh, is that a Windows logo? Is it coloring it in? Really, really slowly. Wow. No, it's coming closer. This is like the animation that you would get if your computer was quick enough to show you the animation. Wow. Is it gonna... Oh! We've got to the set up your computer. So I'm going to try and do this as quickly as possible before the laptop Netbook eePC overheats. I hope it doesn't try and make me set up a Microsoft account. I'm hoping I can get away with a local account, but I don't know. Okay. Skip. I've got the same output to a external monitor over here. eeePC. Oh, we're back to just a moment. Welcome. Preparing Windows. Don't know how long this is going to take, whether it's going to be another case of waiting another hour or whether this will just be a few minutes. Disk light is quite active. Oh my goodness, we're in Windows 11. Wow. This is just it's Windows 11. Let's bring up Task Manager. Oh no, we don't have Task Manager. We've just got Taskbar. It's Windows 11 Lite. So it's got the real basics. Let's see if we can get a command prompt. Type version, although it's got the version up there. Is this? Settings, let's have a look in there. Desktop, Windows Update. About. ATOM N570, 1.66 gigahertz, 2 gigabytes of RAM, 64-bit operating system, Windows 11 Pro version 21H2. It's got the wrong date and time, and we've got, oh, it's got the model number 1015PX. So, wow, we've got Windows 11 on the eePC. Will it let us run Task Manager? Yep. So, more details, performance. There's the processor. It's got 2 cores and 4 threads. And the memory is 2 gigabytes and it's using 1 gigabyte of RAM. This is our hard disk, a 300 gigabyte Toshiba HDD. Can I change the resolution? It does look quite low. Got brightness, I can turn that up. I can probably switch to a light theme. Why won't it let me change the resolution? Wonder if it's missing the drivers. Yeah, Microsoft Basic Display Adapter. So, and then I've got an external monitor connected. Should we connect it to the internet and see what happens if we go to YouTube? I think the answer is yes. Here's our Windows 11 pop-up. We are now connected to Wi-Fi. So let's just double click this. Okay. Do I have a web browser? Internet options. Do we have Edge? No. How do you install a web browser without a web browser to download the web browser? Maybe see what this does. I've installed Firefox ESR And let's try YouTube. Oh yeah, my clock is wrong. Let's fix that. Okay, I've set the time and date. I've connected to YouTube. I've still not got the drivers installed for the graphics. We do have Wi-Fi. And we've still got a little bit of memory left. Pretty slow Wi-Fi connection. We've got to reject the cookies. Let's have a look at this machine. See what video playback is like. I mean, it still doesn't have the video driver, so I'm not expecting anything particularly good. Pretty slow. This is real time. We're getting something. Oh, it's trying to load one of the adverts. We've got sound, it's trying. It's struggling. Oh, we've got another advert. I'll skip this one. I think we're mostly waiting for the poor Wi-Fi signal. It's playing the video. I'm going to mute the audio. And then I'm going to see what the settings are. Hopefully. Still waiting for this settings to pop up with the menu. The CPU seems pretty much stuck at 59%. I'm not sure if that's because it's perhaps overheating or throttling or something like that. I think it is probably thermal throttling because the temperature is at 97 degrees C. Yeah, that is pretty much too hot. The fan on this doesn't really kick in. I'm not sure why, but yeah, it doesn't kick in, so it gets too hot. I've switched off ambient mode and it's running at 360p, but maybe I should try a lower quality if possible, 240p. The CPU usage is still at 59%, so I don't know that that's going to do much, but it might help with the Wi-Fi. Let's try full screen mode. Playback is definitely struggling. I don't have one of those trays that you can get for laptops with the built-in fans. I think that would really help this system because the internal fan is broken. But here we are. We are in Windows 11, just watching some YouTube, and surprisingly, it works. Let me close this and give it a little bit of a break from having to do things. I've also switched off Wi-Fi. That might help it a little bit, but it is still 97 degrees. I don't know what it is doing in terms of using the processor. Task Manager, Windows Explorer, local system. It's definitely not happy, but it is working. We've got Windows 11, and I think if I put an SSD drive in this, and if this didn't overheat, we might have a almost usable system, I guess, if you just used Notepad, for example, or Paint. You could have a little laptop running Windows 11. Although I don't really know why you'd want to run Windows 11 on this laptop. You would be much better off with a lightweight Linux distribution, or Windows 10 with some security updates. But yeah, we got there. In the end, it took a long time. But I'm surprised it runs. And thanks to Tiny 11, definitely helps with only 2 gigabytes of RAM. Anyway, if you found this interesting, if you've got this far, thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe. Check out some of my other videos if you like slow laptops being tested with random operating systems. Can you do anything? Oh, you can change the font. Yeah, it's not happy right now. But thank you for watching, and see you in another video. Bye. It's the next day. I've used Firefox to set the wallpaper so that it looks like Windows 11, because it is Windows 11. But the laptop is still suffering with the problem where it thinks I'm pressing things. But also, if you notice in the video, when I've got the processor speed up, it's actually throttling the CPU, so it should be running at 1.6 gigahertz, but there's various points where it is running at a slower speed because it is overheating. And you can sort of see that when I open this, there's sort of phantom key presses or mouse presses going on with this laptop, and that was a problem with the laptop with Windows 7 as well. But I just thought I'd finish by showing the Windows, the appropriate wallpaper for this system.